Howdy. I'm Grey Pilgrim. Well, I've shown off many of my guns, from a 15th century siege mortar to an old blunderbuss, a brown bess, Civil War and Indian War guns, excuse me, and my black powder revolver collection, all sorts of things. But there's one thing I have never shown. There's one gun of mine that I've never shown. It's about time, so I thought I'd do it. That gun happens to be my AR. Yes, I do have one black rifle. It's based on a Ruger-made receiver. The rest of the lower was bits and bobs I picked up. I had to find the rest of the upper and pieces, you know, the barrel, the everything else. And I had a really expert gunsmith guy who advised me on a lot of things in purchase. But and it works well. Oh, also, see this? This is a Gen 1 Trigicom red dot that I had reworked at the factory. Cost me $100 and some odd. It has a 15-year warranty on it. It has a, instead of a battery, it works off of a radioactive little thingy in there that I forget what material they use, that puts the red dot right in the center, and it still works just fine. And it's a nice little rifle. I've put many a round through it. A standard military AR magazine on it, of course. 1 and 9 is the rifling, and it's it's got a built-in Picatinny on it, and no under one. It's all on the top. Oh well, but it's a good little AR. I mean, as ARs go, you know, and that right there is icing on the cake, I think. I forget what I traded for that. I did trade for it. I've done some wheeler dealering over the years, mainly for black powder stuff. But friends and I have done some swaps of various bits and bobs over the years, and I know I picked that up from. Oh yeah, I know who I got it from. But yeah, and then I had to take it to Trigicom, and they said they emailed me back and said, "Man, do you still have one of those?" Yeah, we got a guy who knows how to fix them, and so I sent it to them, and they kept it for a few weeks, and then sent it back, and wanted buku money, but I wanted to get it fixed. I have a modern red dot over there that uses a battery, and it's cheap, but this one, it's got a 15-year warranty on it, and it just keeps working, and it works just fine. And I've got it zeroed on this thing, so yeah, it works. Anyway, just letting you know, I know a little bit about black rifles. I've got one. It's not exactly the highest end in the world. I mean, it's these are not the most expensive upper or trigger or stock or anything else on it. All the springs and pins and coils and all that I had to buy, because I got one of those kits that had all the springs and stuff in it, and I think this came. No, that was another one. This came with this was separate, this part was separate, this was separate, this was separate, this was separate, and that's the beautiful thing about the AR. It's like an erector set, or building a Lego thing. It's just you just get the parts and put them all together, and you've got yourself a working firearm, which I do, and it's not that fancy. It's not fancy at all, but it is an example of type, and that's what I wanted, was an example of type. Now this is going to go back in the gun safe. It doesn't go on the wall here because it's not. I mean, I prefer blued metal and well seasoned wood. That's what a gun should be. These plastic things, I mean, I know it's aluminum that's been parkerized or anodized or something to be black. I know this is all the rage these days, and this is considered high tech and normal and all that. But you know, you just can't beat a trapdoor Springfield. You just can't. I'm sorry. They're just you pick one up, you shoot it. It's got a recoil that's a responsible recoil that looks like it ought to be for a rifle. This thing is like shooting a little 22 or a cap gun. I mean, there's no recoil per se. Yeah, I know that's an advantage, but you know, and it has a very flat shooting trajectory. That big old trapdoor is going to have a rainbow trajectory. Well, once you know how to deal with a rainbow trajectory, you can shoot a lot further with one of those than you can with one of these. And I have shot a trapdoor at a appreciable range and done some good work with it. You know, I can do fairly well with that brown Bess up there, and that's a smooth bore. You know, done 100 yards with it once. You know, I've got I've got all kinds of old things, but yes, I do have one modern rifle. I guess you call it this robotic contraption a rifle. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say today. Happy trails.